Sweethearts or Rivals, podcast number 15.
15!
I'm Charla.
I'm Justin.
And this is the podcast where we look back at July.
July, right on.
So what do we normally do in our podcast?
We took a look at new acquisitions that we have for our collection, what we've played for the month, what we've shuffled off, and what's come onto our radar.
Right. And we usually start with acquisitions.
Yep. What
did we acquire in July?
Nothing.
We placed a lot of orders.
Yes.
But we haven't shipped them in July.
That's right. A lot of online stores probably do this. We don't know because we get most of our games from Board Game Bliss. But Board Game Bliss will allow you to buy an item and put it on hold so you can get a couple of items and then ship them all at once to save shipping.
Right.
Which is amazing. So we have ordered a couple of things and they are waiting in the warehouse for the big order.
Right.
But that'll be for the next month.
Right. And I don't account them as acquired until they're in my hot pink hands.
That's right. Right on. Alright, so acquisitions done. That was easy.
Mm-hmm.
What about what we played?
We've played a lot of games in the month of July, and it probably has to do with you being off school.
I'm off school. That's a big part of it.
Yeah.
Preparing for games that we're shooting for the channel.
Mm-hmm.
Having time off together.
Right.
And I also do a week-long summer board gamer club for kids, where I do nothing but play games with a bunch of kids for 6 hours a day for a whole week,
right.
Which is awesome. So, what have we played this month?
We played a lot of viticulture.
Yes, we have.
And that was probably having to do with we just did a series on the channel.
Yep.
And what we did was we played every module in viticulture in Tuscany.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome.
Right, and we talk about it a lot on those videos.
Yeah.
So maybe we won't talk about it a ton here.
Yeah, skim over that. You can watch that on the channel.
You played a lot of Nuns on the Run this summer.
I have. It's a game that I used to bring to the board game club at school for most of the year, so the kids knew it. And a lot of those same kids came to the board game summer club, so they requested we play it. They enjoy it quite a bit. It's probably my favorite hidden movement game that I've ever played. Not that I've played a lot, but out of the ones, it's my favorite. And the kids really like it because I usually play the nuns, so I'm the one they know exactly where I am, but they have no idea where each other are.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not playing together, they're trying to beat each other, which they love. And then there's a lot of moments where everyone gets quiet and tense, which means they're nearby. And then there's a lot of moments where one of them will make a noise, I'll deviate from the path, and then suddenly discover several of them all at once, and sometimes not even the one that made the noise.
Right.
And then suddenly there's a lot of yelling and freaking out and scrambling to get away. It's a lot of hilarious, awesome fun.
Sounds like your normal day during school time.
Yeah. But fun, because it's in a board game.
Right.
And I have a little ruler that I can smack fingers with.
In the game.
In the game. Right.
You're not allowed to do that in school.
No, that's frowned upon.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nuns on the Run. Awesome, awesome game. Next time we have a big game day, we definitely have to play that. It plays up to 8. Super fun.
Awesome.
Definitely still, as we have said many times before, I believe this came from your brain, needs to be rethemed as a Harry Potter.
Needs it.
Yeah.
Desperate.
Be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows, now that there's the Harry Potter deck building game out there.
Yeah, but who published that? They're the ones that have...
I don't know.
Yeah.
But if it does well, maybe it'll open the door for other Harry Potter based IP games.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Be cool.
Yeah. What else have we played?
We played some Bruges.
Yep.
Which was because a viewer requested to play a playthrough on the channel.
Yeah.
And that's good because it gave us an opportunity to really delve into it a little deeper.
Yep.
And decide if we wanted to trade it or keep it.
Yeah, exactly. It was a good Stefan Feld game, but we usually tend to play some other ones instead of that one, so it was overlooked a lot. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad we got into that and checked it out.
Yeah.
And that'll be up on the channel.
And then we've been playing quite a bit of The Gallerist.
Yeah.
Because we want to play that on the channel.
Yeah.
But I don't think neither one of us is still confident enough to put our playthrough out there.
Very close.
For the internet. Very close.
Yeah. 1 or 2 more plays and I think we're there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a really good game. I really enjoy playing it.
I've been enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so deceptively simple. It's my turn. I've got 1 of 3 options to do, and that's about it. Mm-hmm. But just the interconnective complexity of every option you have is so out there. It's awesome.
Yeah. And I remember the last game we played, and I was like, I really need to do this, but if I do it, I'm going to end the game.
Yeah.
So
strategic game endery.
Right, and I'm like, no, I have to at least have 3 more turns. What can I do instead?
Yeah, that's good. That was a really close game too. I think you won by $2. That was crazy. Anyway, yeah, a couple more plays through, and we'll definitely be doing a playthrough for that because it is amazing.
And we've been working on a Glenmore as well.
Yep.
Because we want to get a playthrough for that on the channel very soon. I
That's-
think I'm almost ready.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That's another like deceptively simple looking game,
And it always ends quicker than I think it's gonna.
Yeah, and it seems smaller than it actually is, but there's like a lot to puzzle out there. Yeah, I enjoy that quite a bit.
Yeah.
Awesome. What else?
Well, we revisited Grand Austria Hotel
Yes, we have.
because we didn't know if we wanted to trade it or keep it.
Yep.
And I don't know, I find the game so hard that sometimes I think I just want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
But as frustrating as the game is, it's really interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can say I'm having fun when I'm playing it, but I really have the desire to get better at it.
There's definitely something that keeps drawing you back in because we'll be like, well, what are you going to play? And you'll be like, let's play Grand Austria Hotel. You always
And I
suggest
always
it.
say, let's play Grand Austria Hotel one more time.
Yeah,
Well, that's probably like 6 more times ago.
exactly. So there's something great about the game that keeps drawing you back to it because
Right.
there are other games that we know we want to keep that we have not played that much.
Right. You're right.
And there are also games that we're like, we should probably play that some more to see if we really like it or not. And then we don't because there's nothing drawing us back into it. Grand Austria Hotel has definitely drawn us back into
Yeah.
it.
So it's confusing me.
But we are keeping it
We are.
for
But
now.
I have mixed feelings about it.
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's fun.
Now, Among the Stars is a different story.
Yeah, we played that twice, maybe 3 times. I think just twice.
Yes. We heard so many people raving on about it that it was so awesome and it was so like Seven Wonders and it was just so much better and so awesome
Yeah,
that we got it without really doing too much more research than that.
yeah,
And I'm disappointed.
yeah, me too. Seven Wonders, in all its Seven Wonders drafting set collection glory, but with a kind of tile lane, but not tiles, but cards, spatial puzzle aspect in space.
Which I love space
Woo!
themes.
Yeah,
Like, I love space themes.
and yeah, just kind of disappointing.
Am I wrong that I've heard people say there's way more theme in Among the Stars than Seven Wonders?
I've heard that as well.
It's the opposite for me.
Yeah. I mean, I guess what it is if you look at the card and what the card does and how it gives you points, each of the cards is thematic. And it makes thematic sense, but it's not thematic in any kind of exciting way. The theme doesn't draw me in.
Well, when I'm playing it and I'm placing my pieces into my space station or whatever,
Yeah.
I'm not seeing the space station as a whole in my mind.
No.
But when I'm playing Seven Wonders and I place it like a quarry or something,
Yeah.
like I'm envisioning my
Your empire gaining
civilization
that.
growing, and
Yeah.
I know in my head what it looks like. I've got the statue over here,
Yeah.
and I've got the stuff going on in my science hall. Like I see that when I play Seven Wonders, but
What
I don't see anything at all except for colors and funny pictures when I play
Yeah.
Among the Stars.
And I think what it might be is, other than a few little kind of point things that don't really add up to a lot in Among the Stars, once you've placed a card, you're like, okay, that card's placed there and it doesn't really have any much impact on the
Yeah.
rest of the game. Whereas when you place that quarry, that's going to have a very important impact on the rest of your game. You now have that resource to get other stuff. And I mean, there's not really any kind of big resources to worry about in Among the Stars. You got money and power, and that is it. So
And this
that
kind of-
might be a part of it.
And it's just like kind of set collecting with colors, and
Yeah,
like I don't see the pieces of the thing, I just see the color it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if it's between Seven Wonders and Among the Stars, it's Seven Wonders for us.
For us, yeah.
And if it's just going to be me and you, well, then it's not even going to be Seven Wonders. It's going to be Seven Wonders Duel,
Right.
which is like even better than Seven Wonders. Yeah. So
So
Among the Stars, shuffle off.
yeah, we're not even going to do anything on the channel because I can't even.
No.
I don't think that you would enjoy watching me play that game.
It would be pretty blasé. It's like, yeah, whatever. I just got that. Yay. Move on. Your turn.
Yeah. Is that an imitation of me, or is that what you...
No, that would be what I would
Oh,
do.
okay, I see.
No, I wasn't making fun of you or anything.
No, I didn't think you were making fun. I just thought you were doing an imitation of me.
No.
Which is different than making fun of someone.
There you go.
Just FYI.
What else have we played?
We had that game of At the Gates of Yolang.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't understand why it took so long to play. Like, it took us like 2 hours.
It's a long game.
Like, when you look at the box cover and the art and everything, it doesn't make me think of a 2-hour game.
No. But it is a fairly long game.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot to think about when you're playing that game.
Yes.
A lot to puzzle out.
There's a lot to balance out, too.
Yeah.
Like, you got to, like, think several steps on how am I going to get this to work out exactly how I need it to work out.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, with a 2-player game, the cards that get put into the middle that become available for that kind of card drafting section,
Mm-hmm.
you can always grab a card and put it in the middle before you make a choice of whether or not you're going to put a card in the middle or grab some cards. So that adds more cards, I find.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a little bit more, like, am I actually going to grab them this time? Am I not?
But no more cards than if you were playing with a 4-player game.
True. But all the cards are going to be cards that come from your hand. I don't know why I think that's different than a card that's revealed, just because when you reveal a card, it's new to everyone. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. I don't know.
I don't know.
Can't really comment too much on it because we've never played it more than 2 players.
Right.
But it is a long game. But a very fun, satisfying game.
I really enjoyed what I've played so far.
Yeah. A lot of work to go into what you're trying to do, but when you pull it off, you feel like immense satisfaction with, I just did that and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I definitely need way more practice because
Yeah.
we want to do a bunch of games by the same designer.
Yeah, Rosenberg.
And do like a little series.
Yeah.
And kind of compare and contrast.
Yeah.
But he has some really in-depth games that
Yeah.
need me to practice them a lot.
We do have a lot of Uwe Rosenberg games, but there's another one we want to pick up, which is Fields of Arle.
Mm-hmm.
And then pretty much all of the games we have by Uwe Rosenberg are pretty in-depth. Like,
Yes.
some of them might be considered medium, but the heavy side of medium, and the rest of them are pretty heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So we definitely need some more playthroughs before we're ready to just jump in and do a bunch of playthroughs of all his games.
Mm-hmm.
But they're enjoyable. What else have we played?
So we played Flip City again to see if we wanted to keep it or trade it.
Yay, we're trading it. Next. It's a very unique and interesting idea, and I don't really have fun while I'm playing it. And I find it really, it's an interesting idea to have cards in your hand that if you flip them to the other side, they're different, so you have to make sure they stay oriented the same way, but when you're shuffling, that's really difficult to do.
I know, and how many times do the cards fly out?
Yeah.
Or you miss-shuffle and they fall on the floor.
Yep.
And it's like, I have no idea which side these cards are on.
Yeah.
Like...
So it ends up becoming kind of annoying and just a bother to play, and I don't really like it. I'm sure people out there love it, and it is a very cool little micro deck builder. It's kind of neat.
And I think the more you get really comfortable with the cards and what they do, and you memorize what's on the front and the back of each card, and then how they can best interact with the other front and backs of each card, I mean, then the game will get really awesome. But it takes time to invest to do that.
Yeah. Now, this is based off of limited plays.
Yeah.
And in no way have we mastered this game, but I feel like if you sat down and really played this game a lot, there would be a certain point where you would know all the cards, and then you would start the game knowing, I've got to do this, this, or this as a strategy, and do it the fastest to win. And I think there'd be a point where the game would kind of outlive itself.
But yeah, you said
Yeah.
that's based on limited plays.
So take that with a pinch of salt.
Right.
Yeah.
A grain of salt.
Whatever.
Right.
Whatever that means either.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's not something that is pulling me into it to go back and revisit it. So we've decided to shuffle it off to someone else who will enjoy it and value it for the awesome game it actually is.
Mm-hmm.
What else have we played?
We got to play Maharani.
Yeah, Maharani.
Which, it's so funny that you're like, you're not too interested to play that game, but then I'm like, I want to play Maharani. And then you have fun.
Yeah. And it's the exact same thing. We were like, I want to buy Maharani. I'm like, what? And then we got it, and I had fun.
See, I'm so happy that we got Maharani before the Great Parfum disaster. because you wouldn't have probably gone for buying Maharani. Yeah. Yeah, the Great Parfum debacle of 2016.
Yeah. Enjoyed Maharani when we played it enough that I jumped on the BGG site and found the wild tiles and snagged them up. So those are on the way. We should get those probably soon.
Awesome.
Yeah, because it's really fun, and I'm actually like hoping we can sit down and play it as a 4-player game.
I really want to play with 4.
Because the crazy spatial puzzle of there's these tiles in the middle and they're on a turntable that turns, and that changes their orientation and the whole game.
Well, I can only imagine, like, because when I play with you and that little turntable spins, and I'm just like, I'm trying not to stare at the tile I want because I'm scared he'll actually see where my eyes are looking.
Yeah.
And can you imagine, like, having to wait 3 turns?
Yeah.
Like, the tension would just be...
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, awesome little game. Really enjoy that. And 2-player area control, area majority type games usually don't work, and it does work really well.
I think we'll have to play it on the channel very soon.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. What else have we played?
And we've been trying to play enough Yunnan so that we can feel comfortable enough to really give it like a good showcase.
I really enjoy that game.
Me too.
It's really good, and
I think I would enjoy it way more as more than 2 players, though.
Yeah, because then there's a 2-player variant where we only have to control 1 color each. But the auction, like the bidding for the different kind of technologies, kind of loses.
I think we'd have to
a lot of the tension.
Fiddle around with those rules for the variant.
Yeah.
And come up with maybe something that works a little bit better.
Yeah. Because then there's the official variant where for 2 players where we are in control of 2 different colors, and it's a much more tense kind of auction. It's
a better way to play with 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it also requires a whole lot more thinking all the time. Because it's one of those games where there's not a lot you can do, but everything you do has far-reaching consequences. And you need to plan out a lot of things, because it's not very forgiving either. If you make a little mistake, you're in trouble. And then you're falling way behind.
Yeah, it's hard to catch up.
Really fun. Definitely need to see if we can rope somebody into playing that with us. Bye, Kales. What else have we played?
Well, we were invited to go to an event at the Yarmouth Lighthouse.
Yep.
And they wanted us to bring a bunch of board games and have them set up.
Yeah.
Because they thought a whole bunch of people would come and we could teach them board games at the Yarmouth Light.
Yeah. Too bad nobody came.
Yeah, no one came.
What we should have done was we should have had that scheduled for after Pokemon Go started.
Right.
Because our lighthouse is like a local Pokemon Go hotspot now. And now the lighthouse is like crawling with people.
It's busy all the time.
Yeah. That's what we should have done.
Well, who would have known?
Yeah.
That Pokemon Go was going to be such a thing for Yarmouth.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, with our super small population. Yeah. But we played a lot of games with some of the teenagers that worked there over the summer.
Yep, that was fun.
And they really enjoyed the Karuba.
Yeah. Yeah, we played a couple of games of that, which was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've played a lot of games of Karuba just ourselves. And when it's just the 2 of us, it's a pretty quick game. So we play like multiple games in a row. So we played a lot of Karuba.
Yeah, I've been enjoying that for some reason. I don't know what it is about that game, but...
It's such a unique puzzle because you're trying to solve the same puzzle with the same pieces at the exact same time, and actually like take it to a point where I'm like, I'm going to place this. I'm not going to look at what you're doing. I'm going to place it without looking at what you're doing. And then I make my move, and then I look to see what you're doing.
It's like, oh my goodness, it's in the same spot again.
Yeah, which is funny. It is funny how a lot of the time, not everything, we've never had a game where we're completely identical.
Right.
But a lot of parts of our strategies are identical, which is quite funny.
And on the playthrough that we did for the channel,
yep,
I tried to go around the outside.
Yeah.
It's not a good strategy. And when I was looking at one of the groups on Facebook one day, someone posted a picture, and it was his and his daughter's, and he took the outside strategy, and like she had twice as many points.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess the outside strategy is not a good one.
No, it doesn't work that well.
It can be pulled off, but only if a specific tiles are pulled.
Can I have my hand back?
Kaylee, we're trying to do a podcast.
Goofball. Oh, goofy cat. All right. What else have you played?
That's it.
That's it. That's all we have played. Hopefully we'll play as many games for the next month as we did in July. Mm-hmm. Especially before school starts up again.
Right, and you have to get back to the grindstone.
Although, we did play some other games that are not on there. We played Dungeons & Dragons a lot, too.
Oh, we have, yes.
I'm running a game. I'm going to a game every Saturday that somebody else is running. Started up a group with you and some of our friends that we play every other weekend. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. We're definitely going to have to do something for D&D 5th edition for like the channel just to show it off. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not a board game, but it's definitely a tabletop game.
It is.
Yeah. Cool. All right, so that would bring us to...
What's on the radar?
What's on our radar? Because we already pretty much talked about what's shuffling off. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, what's on our radar? What came onto our radar in July?
Well, we looked at the Kickstarter for Near and Far.
Yeah.
Because we've been really enjoying Above and Below.
Yeah.
And it was very tempting to back Near and Far.
Yeah.
But we didn't.
No.
Yeah.
I was really tempted to do it because for $10 more, the extra encounters book for Above and Below, we get a printed copy, but we have it as a PDF. Mm-hmm. So really, it's $10 US plus more shipping. All I have to do is go to Staples and I can get that printed for a couple of bucks. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't really worth it. And as far as I can tell from everything on the Kickstarter, when it comes out for retail, the only thing that it's not going to have that the Kickstarter does have is the metal coins. Mm-hmm.
Which I'm okay with not having.
Metal coins are awesome, but they're not awesome where we're going to spend an extra $30 to $40 on it.
Right.
That's a little much.
Well, it just also seems like once... Because we have Canadian dollars.
Yeah.
So we always have to look at it, whatever the price is, plus the exchange, what that price is. And then we compare it to like what the retail price might be when it comes out.
Yeah.
It's always a huge difference now. So.
Yeah. And we're able to do that because Islebound is coming out. And we did not back Islebound.
Even though I really wanted to back that one too.
Yeah. And I really want to get Islebound, but looking at what the Kickstarter price was and what we're going to get it for retail, it was definitely worth getting it at retail for us. Mm-hmm. Maybe if the Canadian US dollar like evens out so the exchange isn't so bad, Kickstarters will be worth it again. Mm. But right now with our exchange and some previous Kickstarters were not that great that we spent a lot of money on, we were very, very picky with our Kickstarters these days.
Yeah.
But Islebound looks awesome. Can't wait to get that.
Yeah, and it's almost going to be released, so that'll be one of our next purchases.
Yeah, Near and Far looks awesome. Can't wait to get that. And Above and Below. Since we've done Above and Below for the channel, I have found that I am starting to enjoy it even more than before. Because I know I complained a lot about going on an adventure and randomly like rolling those dice and not really knowing what you're going to get. And I've discovered in more plays that there are certain buildings that are almost always out right at the beginning that give you rerolls. And so it has made the game so much better. And I don't know why, but the first couple plays of that, I was very, very locked into, I have 3 beds, which means I have 3 people, and I don't get other people until I get more beds.
Right.
And that's just silly. You can get another person who's much better, and then the person who's been replaced you just kind of replace them. They never come back out. And there's nothing wrong with that. So a couple of things I've discovered have made that game so much better. Anything else on our radar?
Not for July.
No.
Because we are recording this in August, and there's a bunch of stuff that came on our radar for Gen Con, but we'll have to talk about that for our August podcast. So one last thing before we end the podcast. We had talked about doing a bunch of live streaming this summer on YouTube.
Yep.
What happened?
We didn't do it.
I know. It's just
Too
been so
busy.
I can't believe how busy the summer is.
Yeah, it's been crazy busy.
I mean, you've had it off, and then at my job, the owner's been taking like every other weekend off, so I've had a lot of time off.
Yeah.
So I don't know where all the time's gone.
I think it has to do a little bit with, instead of doing very quick, easy to shoot videos that require very little editing, like just quick little playthroughs of little tiny games, we decided to tackle things like viticulture and Tuscany.
Yes, I suppose.
And that's a lot of games, and you can't just release like 4 weeks of like viticulture in Tuscany. So we've been trying to do other videos on top of that to release simultaneously, stuff like that. I think that's a big part of it.
It's true. The viticulture videos to edit actually took a lot more time than I thought they would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're also picking up like new things. Like we're both trying to learn how to paint minis. I got some zombies I'm trying to finish up. Just things like that. Last year I only did 1 week at the board game club. This I did 2. Just a lot of things like that. Not to say we'll never do that.
I really would like to.
Yeah.
See, it sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Because you can interact with your audience more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how that goes. Because we did it a little bit on Twitch when we used to do the Twitch streams. But I always found that as soon as someone would ask a question, it would break the flow of the game. So, I guess this is kind of a question to our audience. Would you like to see live plays? Would it be okay if we did a live stream of a play and then took questions and stuff afterwards, or perhaps even beforehand instead of during? Or would you prefer to just have the questions during and break the flow?
It could be like a conversational game.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. It's
anyway.
like socializing while you're playing a game.
True.
But we'll see.
Yeah. So, any comments or suggestions about us doing live YouTube game plays, let us know. Because we've only done one and it worked. It was like a test. But it's not something we've really delved into just because we haven't had the time. But we could. Maybe. Let us know. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Right on.
We should probably wrap it up.
Right on. Thanks for listening.
And we'll talk at you later.
Yep. Too bad there wasn't a very easy way that when you're editing, you could take all this... Psst, stop interrupting. You could take the footage that you cut out from the cats interrupting us. Instead of cutting it out, you could just grab it and drag it into a folder, and then at the end of every year, you could have all those minutes of cat wasted footage rolled into one video called Trying to Shoot with Cats. Oi. And the other ones wanted to learn how to play it.